All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking India's brand new industrial strategy. This isn't just some small update. It's a fundamental rethink of the country's role in the world, all laid out in the Economic Survey for 2025-26. We're talking about a whole new playbook.
Now, to really understand this new strategy, you first have to get a handle on the unique and, frankly, kind of tricky moment India is in right now. The ambition is huge, to become a real global powerhouse for manufacturing and trade. But the world this is all happening in? Well, it's more complicated and unpredictable than ever.
And this quote from the survey itself just nails the core problem. They call it the paradox of 2025. So imagine this. You've just had your best year ever, everything's going right. But the rules of the game have completely changed overnight. That's the heart of it. India's domestic economy is firing on all cylinders, but it's running into some serious global headwinds.
So let's dig into this paradox a little more, because understanding this tension is absolutely key to seeing why this huge strategic shift isn't just a good idea, it's a flat-out necessity.
Okay, so on one hand, you have this incredibly strong domestic picture. We're looking at growth hitting over 7%. You've got not one, not two, but three credit rating upgrades in 2025, which is a massive vote of confidence. But on the other hand, the global system is shaky. The Indian rupee, for example, is punching below its weight, which is a fancy way of saying it should be stronger based on how well the economy is doing. And why is that? Well, because the global game has changed. These days, trade is as much about security as it is about efficiency, and the world is just way more cautious than it used to be.
So, in this new, more uncertain world, what's the answer? Well, it's a complete change in the industrial playbook. It's about taking that next big leap.
And here's the crucial shift. The old model, just competing on being the cheapest place to make something, that's not going to cut it anymore. The new goal isn't to be the low-cost option. It's to become an essential, indispensable piece of the global economic puzzle.
This really breaks it down perfectly. We're seeing a move away from what's called cost arbitrage, which basically means winning by being cheaper, to this new idea of strategic indispensability. Think about it. It's the difference between being just another link in a very long chain to becoming a core, irreplaceable hub in the entire network. You're competing on value, on technology, on being rock-solid reliable, not just on a lower price tag. And you know what? This isn't just some theory or a far-off goal. It is already happening. This number right here, 46.3%, this is the proof. That means nearly half of India's entire manufacturing value is now coming from medium and high-tech sectors. The move toward more complex, sophisticated production is well underway.
Okay, so you might be asking, how is this massive industrial leap actually being engineered? Well, there's a very specific toolkit of policies and strategies being used to make it all happen. The whole strategy really rests on these 5 pillars. It's a full system approach. You're making it easier to run a business, you're pouring money into R&D, you're training the workforce for the jobs of the future, you're building world-class infrastructure, and you're helping the small and medium-sized businesses grow into global players. It's all about upgrading the entire ecosystem at once.
And if you want to see this toolkit in action, look no further than the PLI scheme, the Production Linked Incentive. The results speak for themselves. I mean, just look at these numbers. It's pulled in a huge amount of investment, it's jacked up production and exports by lakhs of crores, and it's created over 1 million jobs. This is proof that the strategy is delivering real, concrete results.
And all these individual policies, they're all feeding into a much bigger, long-term vision. That's the National Manufacturing Mission. And the goal here is incredibly ambitious: to have manufacturing make up a full quarter, 25% of India's GDP by 2035. This isn't just an economic target. It's a core part of the vision for a developed India, a Viksit Bharat.
But this is where this strategy gets really interesting. This intense focus on a certain kind of manufacturing, it has a purpose that goes way deeper than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about so much more than just making things.
So the survey talks about this really powerful concept, using advanced manufacturing as a disciplining system. What on earth does that mean? Well, think about it. High-tech manufacturing is tough. It's unforgiving, you're dealing with razor-thin margins, you have to meet incredibly high global standards, and the competition is fierce. So by diving headfirst into this sector, you're basically forcing your entire country's infrastructure, your ports, your power grid, your government agencies, to level up. It acts like a stress test that makes the whole system better and more efficient.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The key word here is unforgiving. This strategy isn't just about wishing for the best.
It's a calculated, hard-nosed approach to drive real systemic improvement by choosing a path where inefficiency simply isn't an option.
Which brings us to the end game, the ultimate goal of this entire industrial transformation. This is what all these policies, all these strategies are building towards.
This table really lays out the whole journey. In the past, the strategy was import substitution, protecting your own industries. Then it evolved to strategic resilience, making sure you can handle global shocks, like a pandemic or a supply chain crisis. But this new goal, strategic indispensability, that's a whole other level. This is about shifting from playing defense to playing offense. It's not just about surviving in the global system, it's about actively shaping it.
And this, right here, is the core philosophy. Real power isn't about forcing others to do what you want. The highest form of power is becoming so vital, so valuable, and so reliable that other countries choose to align with your interests because it's in their own best interest to do so. It's about becoming a pillar of stability and opportunity for the rest of the world.
Which leaves us with a really powerful final thought. As the world gets more divided and more uncertain, maybe our old ideas about what makes a country secure are out of date. Maybe, in this new era, becoming economically indispensable isn't just one path to prosperity. Maybe it's the only true path to lasting security and influence.